She knew it was coming to her. Welcome to Everyday Living During Cancer. My name is Christine, and I have a very exciting video for you today. It's really close to my heart. It's all about family. Now, as you recall, in my last video, I talked about being into genealogy and ancestry, and I was going to do a separate video on that, and here it is. So in the past, I've asked my grandparents when they were living all about their lives. Uncles, aunts, they had cousins, and who was married to who and things like that. And I wrote it all down. I've been doing this for kind of like 20 years. Now I'm so glad that I did, because there's still some questions I have, like, oh, gee, I wish there was someone I could ask about this, and there's nobody left in the family to ask. And I especially loved hearing their stories, because they were the best. The thing about stories is, how true are they? Our memories go, and we're not really sure, and we use different words and language to explain things. So part of that's been the mystery of doing genealogy, is to taking those stories and finding out and making sure they're true before you kind of document it. What I decided to do, I've always wanted to go to this little town in Pennsylvania called Vandergrift. It's where my dad was born. It was where my grandmother was born. My great-grandparents lived there on both sides of my dad's both great-grandparents. They lived there, worked there, died there. And I always wanted to go to visit this little town, but I thought, oh, I have plenty of time to do that. Well, now I don't have plenty of time to do that. So I also got to a point in my research where I couldn't do much more using Ancestry. I needed to go down and get to the library, get to the Historical Society, get to these civic records where I could get more information. My sister and I decided to take a trip to Vandergrift. It's about 30 to 45 minutes out of Pittsburgh, east of Pittsburgh. And we made a trip of it to go to Vandergrift. We spent some time in Pittsburgh, and we went and visited some family also. This is just about our genealogy trip. Very excited to share it with you. Please forgive me for the shaky camera. It's not too bad, but it's not the best. I'm getting better at it, but I have kind of shaky issues. It's this very small town. I didn't get much footage, but you know what? I just wanted to share it because it was really special. At one point I thought I lost it. I downloaded it all onto my computer. Then my computer died, and when the guy fixed it and brought it all back, I could not find my files. I was so upset, so sad. So anyway, I hope you enjoy it. Hope it means something to you. Hope it even inspires you about your own family and how important they are every day. Let's get into it. It's a pretty nice day. A nice drive down to San Diego. Good day for traveling. My driver, Maddie, she drives me everywhere, almost everywhere. And look at that ocean view. It is so beautiful. I love living near the ocean, or at least sort of near the ocean. Airport's not that crowded today. Making our way to our departure. Okay, hi everyone. We made it. She's parking the car, we made it. We just went looking, like, I don't know, everything's closed here. Closes at like 9 or something. So we were looking for some food, and we found a gas station that was open that had food. But we finally made it. We're staying at the Hampton Inns, the Hilton Hampton Inns. We'll check in with you guys. We're gonna go eat our food. We're gonna get some sleep and then get up early in the morning, have breakfast, and head out. So I'll check in with you later, okay? All right, bye. Here's a look at our hotel room. It was pretty comfy. There's my sister hiding under the covers. Doesn't want to be seen by the camera. It's a little messy, sorry about that, but two people in a room, that's how it goes. We enjoyed our room. And we enjoyed the breakfast downstairs. There's Julie and Rachel, and Julie's her friend, and she's coming along with us for the day. Okay, so it's morning. We just had some breakfast, and Rachel's friend came by, and she's going with us today. She lives out here, and we're just waiting to get picked up. Rachel's getting to the car, and we're heading off to Vandergrift, so we'll see you there. Okay, bye. We arrived early to our to the Historical Society. They were not open yet, so we decided to look up some addresses of our relatives' homes where they lived during the day. And look at these cute houses. Lots of construction, but PA is known for that. Look at these adorable houses. They're over 100 years old now, a lot of them, and they were built to support the workers in the steel mill and the mines. Now, we did come across a house that was my great no, my grandparents' home, and my dad lived there. I wonder if he was even born there. That would be very interesting. But it's the cute house. Look at that. It's just standing by itself. I wonder how many families live there. That would probably be another thing. Again, we just drove the streets looking around at all the houses. The Vandergrift Historical Society is held in an old schoolhouse, and it's really kind of cool. They really utilize it well. Also, the genealogy section is upstairs, and they have all kinds of stuff, and it's all run by volunteers, which is really cool. As you can see, it's a great museum. It really tells the story of Vandergrift, especially the school district. I love the little majorette shoes and hat. And then as you go upstairs, it has all like a lot of yearbooks and the photographs of the classes, like back from the 20s when the school first started. This is the genealogy room. This is Rachel and Julie. They're doing some helping me. They're my helpers. They're my volunteers. And they're looking through records for graveyards and newspaper clippings. The volunteers were so helpful. Now here on Grant Street, I believe it's Grant Street, Rachel ran into a florist so we could get some flowers for the grave sites we're going to visit. And I just took some pictures, and I thought this was really cute. It was like take a book, leave a book. And it just was so quaint and so cheerful. I loved it. And here's just some video of Grant. They're like Main Street there. As you can see, I don't know if you can tell, but some of the places are empty, some are full. But I love a place where you go one place for your books, one place for your market, one place for your flowers, instead of those, big grocery stores or big box stores. This is Luciano Costantino, my great-grandfather on my dad's side. This is Nicola Graziano and Mary Graziano, and those are my great-great-grandparents on my dad's side. And they both came over on the boat from Italy. This is John Cook Sr., my dad's dad. He died when my dad was really young, like about 8 or so. And then we have Carol Lynn Cook. This is my dad's sister. She was older than him, and she passed away young. This is Anne Marie, my grandmother's sister, and my grandmother was named after her. Over on Grant Avenue, or what might be their main street, is Sweet Lane, a great candy store. They also have a soda and milkshake fountain, old-fashioned. Their chocolates are really good, and they're world known. They ship them all over the world. We had a hard time deciding what we wanted. And they also had street fair that night. We were there, and we went and checked out all the booths. And while I take you around the street fair, I'll just mention that back in the cemetery, if you notice, there were 2 that were really young, my great aunt and my great great aunt that passed away, and they were like under the age of 3. One was in a bonfire and the other one was from illness. It was nice to pay respect to them, because if you think about it, who knows the last time someone did, or the next time someone will. On a brighter note, they had fudge there, dill pickle fudge, and Rachel was brave enough to taste it.
Due to my interest in genealogy and ancestry, I decided this year I wanted to do an ofrenda. If I'm not saying it right, somebody will correct me in the comments. Please do, because my Spanish is not good, or it's nothing, basically. My ofrenda needs some work, but I do have some pictures, and I'm very excited to share it with you, and hopefully I'll get to tell you a little bit about everybody that's in it and on it. If you have comments or questions, I do need some advice on what more to put on it. It needs more color. I get that. So we'll be doing that, but I thought every year I could add to it, and that's kind of my goal. So meet my family. This is my dad at 18 months and his sister that passed away at 2.5 years. It was really sad to hear my grandma talk about losing her daughter, especially when she told me about having to put her baby in the cold ground. It was the middle of March and the ground was frozen. And to honor her, my aunt named her first daughter Carolyn. And these distinguished gentlemen are my great-great-grandfather and my great-great-uncle, so they're his sons. And they rode with Zapata during the Mexican Revolution. They're from my mom's side of the family, and I really wish I had heard or gotten to hear more stories about that time in our family's life. This is my grandfather and my dad, and actually this is one of 2 photographs we have of my grandfather. I'm not sure where the other one is. It's with him in a motorcycle, and I think it's great. I was going through the photo albums and I found them. And then this one here is of my grandma when she was younger, probably 1950 or so. Looks like she just got a brand new car, and I know at one point it got crashed because I saw a picture of it crashed, and that's my grandma. This is my grandma Dora on my mom's side, and her uncles and grandfather were the bandito looking guys in the other photo that were in the Mexican Revolution, and I miss her. This is my dad. He passed away in 2020, and there you can see him in his youth, probably like a teenager, early 20s, and he's got a smile on his face. Looks like he's been joking around, as he always was. And I wish I could find a picture of him with one of his cars, because he really loved his cars, especially Pontiacs. And he had a really cool pink and black one back in the day, and I really miss him too. This is my grandpa, and he was married to my grandma Dora, and he was so cute. He was the sweetest man ever, and his broken English, I just loved it. And I remember anytime I'd visit and I was a kid, I didn't like to eat anything, and he'd always go to McDonald's for me every night for dinner. I mean, I had dinner every night because I never liked when Grandma was cooking. This is my dad and my Aunt Anna, dressed up as a cowgirl and a cowboy. And what's funny is that my dad always wanted cowboy boots growing up, but my grandma would never buy them for him because they weren't good for his feet. She always bought him good shoes. So when he was older, actually retired, is when he got his first pair of cowboy boots. Aren't they so cute? This is my great-grandmother, Nunny. She is my dad's grandmother. And I knew her pretty well because she died when I was 25. So I remember always, as a kid, sitting in church, writing her letters. Her homemade pasta, her homemade bread was just delicious. Every time she came to visit us, she would just cook up a storm. And the picture next to her is the grave of her parents, which I actually saw in person on my trip. This is my dad and my Aunt Anna, and they are with their grandfather, who's my great-grandfather, Cook. Now, this is one of the first times I've seen him. Actually, I recognized him from a picture I found on Ancestry.com, and that's how I recognized him in the photo album. Thanks for letting me share my family with you.
So as you can see, I have some pictures here, quite a few, but I am missing some. I don't have a lot on my Hispanic side. I have my grandmother and my grandfather, but I don't have my great-grandparents, my nana and tata. I don't have my grandmother's siblings. I don't have a lot. So, or cousins that have passed. So it would be great if anyone has pictures, they can, text them to me, email them to me. That's for family. I'll leave my email in the comments if anyone needs my email. Thanks so much for coming along with me on this journey. And don't forget to subscribe and like this video, and I'll see you in the next one.